Hey everybody, welcome back to my podcast. So this week I wanted to talk about the movement going on against brutality, discrimination, and everything going on within our nation right now. As always, I know this is a hard time and it's a really sensitive subject, but having a platform, I really feel like it's my responsibility to also share what's going on. So I really want to thank all of you guys for following me throughout my journey this past years. And this is a podcast to empower women, but it's also to address things that are going on in the world. And as mothers, some of us, and women, this has really been an impact in, for me, how to teach my kids of the reality of what goes on in the world, the injustice, and what we can do to play our part. So yesterday, I actually posted on my Instagram a video from Cynthia Luncey, and she is awesome. And she was talking about, what has been going on for years, which I have seen it behind the scenes with the beauty brands, how they want a certain look and they're not, inclusive of everybody. They just want certain people on there, and, how, everything that she has to go through and her story. And it was just so beautiful and well said. I really loved that. So if you guys are looking for something kind of getting like what's going on, you should go for sure on her page and look at that live from yesterday. But talking about that, so I am not African American, and all I can do is use my voice to empower the change. And be an example of the change and stand up when I don't see things are right. I am Latin American and I have been a victim of racism. I actually went through a workers' comp situation for discrimination and racism at work. I used to work at a school, and I've talked about that before my podcast. And I know how that can affect you. And with everything going on right now, I think it's so important for us to, use this time not to be silent. But what I mean muted is like mute if we're beauty, like gurus, or we have beauty business or whatever type of business we have, mute that and share the stories that are coming up, share the information, share everything that's going on right now with other people so they can see different channels and venues to understand, or even if, because we may not be able to 100% understand what they go through, to understand how we can make a difference, to understand how we are, affecting this and what we can do, because together in unity, we can make a change. And I just think it's so important for us to be brave and do that. And for me, I have, as many of you guys know, I'm no longer branded, made that decision. I've been trying to leave, the whole branded world for a while, but I finally took the leap of faith and did it. And it felt awesome because I really want to make sure that whoever I brand myself stands for what I believe in. So for this week, just make sure to stand up for what you believe in. Make sure that whoever you support and whatever company that you're working with, that they go ahead and they support what your core value is, what your business stands for, because it's so important for us to use our voice for good and to be careful who we align ourselves to. Because for me, if there's something I learned this week too, is that I've been very naive, that we see, like, for example, certain like publications, they only go ahead and publish certain people, and they publish certain aesthetics, and they don't give room for everybody. And I was being supportive of that instead of voicing my opinion. And I really loved how Cynthia stood up and is taking the heat for it, saying, hey guys, speak up, which is true. And for me now, it's more about, how I have a business to empower women. It's also to empower the movement, that to have a lot of voice to say if it's not okay, to stand up for it and be brave. And I know this is really hard, and it's hard to do. It's so much easier sometimes to be silent. It's so much easier sometimes to not say anything. But in being silent, we're condemning a behavior. And I just want to leave you guys with this. So in my journey with my whole workers' comp thing, I had two beautiful ladies, okay? And they risked their jobs to, testify that I was being discriminated against. And the person that was aggressing me was, racist, and he was making racist remarks. And it was just this horrible situation. And they testified for me. They wrote letters for me. And because of them, even though at the end what I got is that he got a letter put in his file. He didn't get fired. That was his reprimand. had to go for 8 months of therapy and all this other stuff. And they gave me, like, I forget if it was 15 grand and it was 12 after I paid my lawyer or something like that. That's the justice I got. There's been a lot of consequences from everything that I went through in that situation that still linger with me today. But you know what happened is that for them to unifying with me, standing up for me, they made a difference. And I fucking love them for that so much, because they taught me that there are good people in the world, and there are people that will stand up for you because they care about you and they will speak up. And if they would have been silent, even though it was just a letter that the guy got reprimanded with, which is nothing, I wouldn't have got my little piece of justice and peace of mind that I wasn't crazy, that what I was going through was real. So their voice helped me seek a little bit of of justice for what I had gone through, and an example for that jerk to know that you can't do that. And if you decide to be racist, if you decide to, harm somebody in that way emotionally, that there are consequences for them. Even though it's not even close to what he should have gotten, he knows that now. And that made a difference in my world. So just remember that our voices are so important. And as scary as it may be, stand up for those ones that are trying to speak up. Stand up for that one, that one woman or that one person, that the one innocent person, a bystander. Don't just be a bystander. Don't just sit there and watch. Like, stand up and speak up when you see something that's not okay, Do your little part, because I know together with little, acts of kindness, little acts of bravery and speaking up against what's not right, we all can make a difference. Again, you guys, so much love, and I will be posting a episode tomorrow, which will be talking about I'm still in quarantine. I'm still shelter in place. I still haven't gone back to work, and I'm going to be talking to you guys what happened with the home life, with work life, and the big valuable lesson that I hope will help you all, empower you guys, that I learned of what I really want in my life. So much love. Have a great day, guys. Until next time.